Welcome back. In this video, we're going to prepare our view model so that we can use it in our detail view screen, even though we are not going to finalize the view model yet, because the view model obviously will need to take care of a bunch of things. So basically it's going to take our wish repository, which basically allows us to store data, load data, get data, edit data, all of the good stuff. So what we want to have in here for now, however, is going to be the var wish title state by mutable state of, and that will be just a string. We need to import mutable state of, and now I will do and now, well, we need to import also the get value and the set value here. So these two runtimes need to be added, or actually these three imports need to be added. So that's our wish title state. Now I'm going to have another one, which is going to take care of the wish description state. So this one will be wish description state. So I'm going to call this one, which will also just be a string. And now I will just need to take care of what should happen on wish title changed. I'm going to say a new string will be passed, and our wish title state will just be overwritten with a new string. So basically we're just saying, hey, view model, please enable us to use this wish title state, which is a mutable state, whenever we are changing the wish title. So here, this title, whenever that is changed, we want to actually display it, store it inside of this wish title state. And now we're going to do the same thing with our description state. So fun on wish description state. And this will also be requiring a string, which I'm going to call new string, and our wish description state will just be that new string then as well. Okay, so that's what our view model is going to be for now. It will need a lot more information later on, as I said, but for now this should be good enough, at least for us to test it with our add view detail here. So now inside of the add view detail, we can now use our wish text field that we had set up last time, and we can pass in the label being, for example, title, the value, which will be view model dot wish title state, and what should happen on value changed. And this on value changed, let me actually put that into a separate line so it's a little better readable, will be view model dot on wish title changed it. So it is this string here, which I get from here. So whenever I create a wish text field, I get a label, the value on value change, and this on value changed here you see passes a string, basically saying, hey, I'm changing my text. And that happens in here where my text is being passed from on value change. So whenever we edit this field here, as we've seen, whenever we change the letter here, for example, then this on value change will be triggered and basically update what we can see on the screen, and also update our view model with it. So now let's do the same thing again. So I'm going to add another spacer with 10 density pixels, and I'm going to call this one description, and it will not use the wish title state, but the wish description state. And then finally here it will say on wish description state instead of on title, or wish title changed, or wish title state. And actually I realized that I called it on wish description state. Maybe I should call it also changed the same way as it is with the on title changed. All right, so that's our on wish title field. Let's add a spacer in between here, and then we will have our button which says update wish. So I'm just going to add a button here, which is going to need to be imported, the composable material version, and here I'm just going to have an on click, which currently is going to be not doing anything, and a content which is just going to display some text, and the text will depend on whether we do have something or not. So I'm just going to put it in here. So basically we're going to have this text which says if we do have an ID of not 0, that means we are currently updating. If the ID is 0, that means we are currently adding a wish. So that's what these two things do. And then I'm giving this text a style of being font 18 SP. Okay, so that's what the button will currently display. And we can define what should happen in the on click, but we will not be able to finalize it yet, because what we actually want to happen is we want to then add that piece of data that we entered into our database, into our room database, but we're far from being there, or we will take care of this tomorrow. So here I'm going to check if ViewModel.wish title state is not empty, and the ViewModel.wish description state is not empty, then we can modify those. So I'm basically saying, hey, we do this comparison on the on click where we're checking, did the user enter something in here as well as in here? If those two aren't empty, then we can go ahead and store, well, basically update our wish. So that means we will need to create a function in here which will then allow us to update wish. And let's add a to do in here, to do update wish, and else we can go ahead and add a wish. So here we can say to do add wish. All right, and that's what we're going to take care of step by step. Obviously we need to set up the room database and everything before that. So that's it for this video. I just wanted to prepare everything for our add detail view screen. So see you in the next video.